What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another weekly challenge. It is Monday, the beginning of our 5-day 10-board challenge against the robots. We're playing a special version of the challenge this week, folks. We're playing what's called a Just Declare challenge, and that is just as it sounds, folks. We will only be declaring these hands. The auctions will have been made prior to us arriving at the table, basically. So we're just going to be sitting in declare seat for all 10 boards. No defense, no bidding, just declaring. A great way to practice your declare play skills, but also a really good way to get non-bridge players into the game. If you teach just a little bit of the card play and kind of the mechanics of how it works, anybody that has even the smallest inkling of card sense can have some fun playing these things. And the cool thing is you'll get scored. In this event, again, we're scored against one other player, so it's just going to be versus us and the robot who plays these hands better. In other versions, like a Just Declare tournament that they do run on here as well, you will have a different option where you're scoring against all the players. So it's a really cool way to just play and not have to worry about the bidding. Now, they give you the auction, which is really good. And I'm going to show you what this auction was here. It was pass one diamond on our right. We overcalled one spade, and then the auction ended completely. We have no control over this, so whether you might see a hand that you totally disagree with in one of these, doesn't matter, right? You're stuck. You have to play the contract they've given you, and the auction that they've given you may have some information in it. Here, right-hand opponent opened a diamond. And recognize that North passed because they're supposed to, right? If we had opened the bidding one spade, they would have to respond. But we overcalled. Right? We can't have a huge hand, and they are certainly allowed to and should be passing with this hand for sure. So the first thing I do whenever I know something about the hand is I assign that player the values they should have. So let's give this person 12 or 13. Let's be kind of, we'll be optimistic and say they have a 13 count. Add that to your values, right? So here we had 16 to start. So that's 29 total points. And dummy has 6. So that is now 35 total. And we see 2 points being led from this hand. So there are basically around 3 points left. And that is what West can be looking at here. One thing we also should know is that the King of Clubs is where? Just kind of getting the lay of the land when we declare this thing. Right? It has to be here, right? Why the heck would they lead this queen? Well, it looks like it's shortness, to be honest. And we'll solve this by leading towards our Jack of Clubs at some point, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Lefty has at most 3 points. The best 3 points they could have would be the King of Hearts, but that looks pretty unlikely here, right? Should to you. It does to me. So here, what I'm going to plan on doing is maybe setting up an extra heart trick by just getting the King of Hearts out with the Jack. And if they don't cash diamonds, we have a little bit of fun we can have by pitching a diamond. But we're going to need a lead towards our clubs, probably not just once, but twice. Unless this is a doubleton club. If this is a singleton club, we might not be able to do all the work we need to do unless we get lucky with some splits. But if it's a doubleton club, we might just have, all the tricks we're looking for. So take a second. I'm going to win the ace of clubs. Make your next play, folks. Always, you can pause and take your time here. I'm going to make my play pretty quickly before you guys get there. So if you need to pause, go ahead. So usually we want to look to see if we're going to take any roughs in the shorthand or if there's any work we need to do prior to drawing trump. On this hand, there isn't. In fact, there's danger to not drawing trump, namely the lead of this club. And our spades are so good, it's not going to be too bad unless the spades are breaking awful for us. So here, and they are breaking awful for us. Okay, cool. At least we got this out of the way. So it looks like left-hand opponent has the same number of spades that we do, 5. So that's not that great for us. But here, we're just going to go about the plan we had before. Not surprising that the king is there. Here comes the ace of diamonds and probably the king of diamonds. Ooh, no, a club. Okay, this stinks. All right, so what's going on here? If lefty has their singleton club, which makes sense, it doesn't seem like they would lead queen from queen 10, okay? Which is why this is a tough choice. I could jump up with the jack if lefty has 2 clubs, but it doesn't seem likely, right? It seems like that lead was a shortness lead. They do have 5 trumps. So at this point, I'm just going to guess East has the other honor and the 10 and a small one here. So I'm going to play low. And it's wrong. No, thank goodness we're only in 1 spade, folks. So this is terrible. It's terrible. What a lead by East. I have to say, Good job, East over there. Well done. You found the best line of player because look at they put me to a ridiculous test. Number one, when you hold Queen 10, you usually don't lead that suit. It's a poor choice. But if you're bamboozling a declare, it ends up being a very good choice. Here comes another club. And now, we're tapping them out. We're going to get to draw some trump here. In fact, we might get a little... No, we're not going to get lucky at all because he's going to get a little uppercut here. Unless hearts are... Okay, that's too bad. That's the problem here. We have to rough high, which means we're giving them, or we could rough low and then they'd take another spade. So they've kind of done the best thing. Luckily, we're plus 80 on this hand, and this is an imps battle. So this first board, and let's get back to the results before we look at this crazy auction next. I mean, what a lead by Lefty there. They totally owned my soul on this one. The Queen of Clubs. And now, I mean, I guess I didn't notice that they played the King of Trick one. That was bizarre. Sorry about that. I'm still going to play it the same way. I don't see why I would do anything differently there. Like, I can't expect Lefty to have the 10. So, I totally missed this, by the way, live. I never saw the King of Clubs get played. As you could tell as I was speaking about this, because it's such a bizarre play when Lefty's leading shortness. I don't get it. But whatever. We ended up getting our plus score no matter what. We might have lost an imp on this one if they take an extra trick. These aren't the boards we're usually going to get crushed on, but in this sort of format, it really does matter. Overtricks are going to matter more because it's just 1 versus 1, right? So here... maybe we're slightly behind, but nothing too terrible. The weird part about this sort of imp format is, we can't do any shooting in the auction, right? We are only going to be declaring, so we're always going to be in the same exact spot. The question is, can we improve on a result that the robot might be getting? So let's take a look at this hand and notice how it's going to present to you. Before anything is done, you will see an auction relatively quickly, and then they'll pull it back. Sometimes it won't matter. It'll just be us bidding. But here, when I show you this auction, you'll see a whole bunch of bidding was had on this one. And let's take a look. We opened a diamond. It was a spade on our left. Our partner raised to 2 diamonds. It was 3 spades on our right, which is kind of a preemptive raise. And then it was all us bidding all the robot bidding to 5 diamonds. And this looks like a disaster. We have 2 spade losers and 2 heart losers right off the bat. So it doesn't look like we're going to make this. But remember, all we're doing is finding the contract that we're in and doing the best we can with where we are. So whether you're going down or making, doesn't matter. You didn't bid this thing, right? So here we're going to just do a little false carding. Maybe we get rid of a spade or a heart. That's all we're looking to do. We're not going to get rid of both for sure. Okay, here. They're going to allow us an opportunity to get rid of 1 loser. And we will take that. We would love to be able to make this. There's just no way. There's just no way we're going to be able to. The robot just has too many tricks to take, and we have no way to get rid of anything but 1. We could maybe duck a heart and hope they both duck their honors, but what do you guys think the likelihood of that scenario is going to be? Not too much. Notice I'm using trump to transport because it's not going to matter, right? I don't really have anything else to do other than something like this, and that's enough. What we did do is we avoided an extra under trick, right? On this hand, if they did get off to a it takes a second to just populate on this screen right here. If they did get off to a heart switch, we're just going down 2, right? So here down 1 seems like a win. And again, nothing we're going to do on this hand as far as the auction. They gave us the auction, so we have to kind of live with what they're doing. And so far, plus 80, minus 100. This second one, I would say they did the exact same thing, right? They're not going to do anything differently. They're the robot, so we expect this same exact defense. Number one, if I'm paying attention or this early in the morning, I can actually find out that the King of Clubs was played. But again, not a ton I would do differently. I think I would still hooked for the 10. It seems so weird that they would play it this way, but I guess we see that we can expect any sort of lead. Let's just look at this at left-hand opponent here. That's a suit. Just understand that this is a suit that is much better led towards. And in fact, you've seen this, right? If I have to play clubs myself, they probably do take 2 of those tricks, right? So it's the same situation if I'm playing it myself. But here you have to understand that you do not want to surrender this for a ruff, especially when you don't need a ruff. right? This was silly, in my opinion. Heart would do better. Diamond is clearly is better. Even a spade may be better sometimes. I don't know. I'd hate to lead away from 10-9 fifth, unless, you know, I don't know. Both of those could be tricks, so I'm a little worried about that as well. So a diamond or a heart would be fine. Queen 10 of clubs, weird, but trick the heck out of me, right? For an extra winner for them. So good, congratulations. 2 boards down, 8 to go. We'll see you tomorrow for this Just Declare tournament. Let's look at the sneak preview of tomorrow's hand here. Ooh, okay. Looks like we're only going to be in 3 clubs. The robot didn't overbid this time, but take a look. Okay, just our auction. So this is kind of a pure hand, so to speak, especially for anybody that might be a beginner. No information is here for us other than the opponents didn't bid, right? So we should really not have much information. You can get some negative inference, right? Some of these auctions that are just our bids might be revealing in some ways as to what the opponents could have done and did not choose to do. But other than that, usually just going to be flying blind, which is kind of what we want for Just Declare, at least on a basic level, right? We want to be kind of playing this in a vacuum and just let the card play speak for itself. So plan out some of your play now on this heart lead, and we will be back with you tomorrow for this awesome new Just Declare. If I could speak at the end here, it'd be great. I need to kind of wake up, maybe have a little more coffee before the next set here. So I'll fuel up and we'll be ready for tomorrow. But yeah, this is a very cool format that we're trying this week. That's Just Declare, and it is terrific for not only you guys practicing Declare play, but for any of your friends that are kind of looking to get into Bridge. A little bit of instruction will get them going on something like this, and BridgeBase has a lot of opportunities for that. So I'll see you the rest of the week, and I'll tell you more about it. And good luck, and enjoy your Monday. Take care, folks.